Well, it's the morning after my first night in the farmhouse, or what's going to be the farmhouse at some point. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It really wasn't as bad as I expected it to be, and we made it through the night. It was a super comfortable sleep. The bed was really, really comfortable. I recommend the mattress. So far, so good. Yesterday was a little bit of a hectic day. It was a full day running around from very early in the morning till after 7, actually just getting things done, getting basics done, trying to get parcels organized to get here, trying to organize meetups for delivery people, and just calling the store where I bought the fridge from and making sure that they were still going to deliver yesterday. Well, the good news is they did deliver the fridge, but it was a huge mission to get it here. But get it here I did. So let me quickly show you guys where I've gotten to so far.
Hello and welcome. I'm Christine, an expat originally from South Africa. I moved to Portugal in October of 21, and I started my journey in search of my forever farm in Portugal. I saw over 30 properties, and it took me about 6 months of searching, but then I finally found the one. This is my adventure as a solo expat on a farm in Central Portugal with my 2 fur kids, Shakti and Shiva. I've never owned or lived on a farm, but I moved to Portugal in the hope of fulfilling a lifelong dream in finding an open space, subsistence farming, and a safer, better life. Now that we have found our farm, the second stage of our journey begins. I have to figure out farm life while renovating an agricultural structure to make it habitable and turn it into a comfortable home for me and my fur kids. Follow along our journey. This is Girl Meets Farm.
It's a bit of a mess. Everything is not really in a great place, but here is the fridge, and at least I've managed to get the fridge in. The fridge is working, and I finally have a good size fridge. Oh my gosh, I haven't had a decent size fridge in a very long time. Well, not since I've been here, because everywhere where I stayed has had bar fridges. Alright, and for the rest of it, let's see here. Okay, it's still a bit of a mess. I'm still trying to organize everything. Oops, yeah, I'm falling over stuff here. So, well, the dogs were super happy. The bed worked really well. It was really comfortable, as I said. Sorry that the bed is a bit of a mess at the moment. I actually put these are actually little, I wonder if it's gonna work on camera. They are actually little fairy lights, little strip lights that I put on for the night time, but it actually works really, really well. They're super bright at night, and they're much nicer than that light to have on. But so far the space is working well. The dogs are really enjoying it. Things are coming together. Look, it's not perfect. Oh, I got internet as well. So I got that up and running. Yay! So that's a good thing. But yeah, fridge. I bought a fan as well because the days here are really, really hot. And I've got a little wardrobe. So today is going to be about organizing things just a little bit better. I'm around here. There's a couple of things that I still need to get going. The shower is still not up and running. I did manage to buy this little gas stove, but I don't have the actual gas canister or the connector for that yet. So mission number 1 is going to be to get that going, because I need coffee, and I do not function well if I haven't had a cup of coffee, and that's the case this morning. What I also need to do today is the toilet. So let me show you guys what I've done so far. I had to do, because I was so tired last night, this has kind of become my just pack all space of all my cleaning stuff. What I had to do so far, because I only got the plywood very late last night, and this is my makeshift bathroom, as you guys can see. Bathroom, pack space, whatever it is. But because it was so late last night, I couldn't really build the toilet properly. So what I've done is a very interim solution, but it seems to be working well for the moment. There's a little spray bottle on the side that's got some water and vinegar in, and sadly I bought the wrong plywood. The plywood is actually fine, but the size I bought was wrong. I thought I actually bought 800 by 600, but it turns out I bought 800 by 400. So it's gonna be tight, but I'm hoping to make that work and build just a little basic cupboard effectively for the toilet, and have the bucket inside this cupboard just to make things look a little neater than my little throne room right there with the 2 chairs. But let's see. So today is all about creature comforts, just getting things organized a little bit better, getting the gas running, getting the shower running, and possibly building that toilet. So it's quite early, and this means I've got to drive to Castelo Branco to get all the basics I need. Let's get started. Well, cheers. It may not seem like a lot, but I've just managed to make my first cup of coffee. I know we take these things so for granted, and it's just a little bit weird and also a bit silly, I feel, because I mean, people camp all the time, but I feel like I'm not getting this right. I don't know. I've managed to find gas and a little butane stove, and I've hooked the 2 up, and I've managed not to blow myself up in the process, which I think is huge progress. It is also ridiculously windy now, because to boil that water took about 10 minutes and it was mediocre. I couldn't wait anymore because I desperately need this cup of coffee, because today's already been another long day. So either I need to move it to a better place, create a little shelter for it when I'm using the gas, because it's really just very, very windy, or I need to invest in a kettle. Let's see. My little makeshift kitchen is working quite well. The gas I kind of keep by the front door because it's gas. And I cook inside just because in the morning and late in the evening I found that it can be quite windy at the moment. So what I do is, the moment I've done my water for the coffee, made some breakfast or whatever it is that I'm making, I unplug the gas and I take that to one of the storerooms outside where it's out of the sun, and also just away from the house, just in case. I'm a little bit nervous for gas, so that's why I make sure that I keep it a little bit away from me. So I've managed to fix some kind of contraption to have a shower. This is the tap by the house, and I found a hose inside one of the warehouses, and I've connected that actually fits to the tap fitting. I've connected that to a smaller end, and I can fill that bucket up when that water is on. And then to this, I have also a portable shower that works with a lithium battery and a marine pump. I've loosely tied it on here and on the pole just so that I can get this shower angle somehow. I'm not sure if it's going to stay there, but let's hope. That is connected to this little sump, this little pump, which is meant to go in the water and be switched on. That then draws the water in, and you're meant to be able to have a shower. But the problem is, I have not used this in a very long time, so it's not currently working. I'm going to try and charge the batteries, else I'm going to try and figure something else out. So I actually found a super ingenious, what I thought was quite an ingenious method to shower. If you stick the hose into this trellis pipe, I saw on the other end of this that there is actually a tap. And I thought maybe the water will just come out on the other end if I switch the tap on. Unfortunately, this has not been the case, or I'm probably just doing it wrong, but I thought that could be a really cool way to shower. So there is another little way to do this. It's not ideal, but if I switch the water on, it does create some kind of semi-shower. And I think that just might work for now. The shower was remarkably refreshing. It is not even 8 a.m. yet and already the sun is coming. I can feel the heat, as cold and as lovely and refreshing as that shower was. I'm already feeling the heat of the day. So let's get at it. Let's try and get things done as much as possible before 11 a.m. because after 11 a.m. you can't move. It's so hot. The last couple of days have been in the 30s. 32 yesterday, which felt like 40 to me. Today is apparently going to be 37. Tomorrow 38. It's going to be hot. And I have to go to the shop to get some ice trays, so hopefully we can stay cool during the day because I almost died yesterday. I melt in the shade. So let's get to it. I'm starting to look at building out the toilet or just constructing the box and putting it all together. This is what is called a separate tet, or that's the brand at least. And what it's meant to do is for composting toilets. It separates the wee from the other waste materials so that you don't have such a bad smell. Now, unfortunately, I somehow bought the wrong size. I thought I bought 800 by 600, but I bought 800 by 400. What I really wanted was a little bit more edging next to the toilet and all the way around so that it can be a little bit more of a box, cupboardy vibe, store toilet paper or whatever next to the toilet just to keep everything handy. The sawdust, all of that needs to go there, but I didn't, but I think I can make it work. It looks like I may just be able to fit this and put the toilet seat on the other side of that, of course. I need to cut the hole for the toilet seat, and then this will go on the underside, and then the seat will go on the front side like a normal toilet. Not that that's a normal toilet, but you know what I mean. So that's the seat that's going to go on the other side of that. So we'll see if we can get that cut, and we'll see if we can make that work, hopefully. This is a pretty big moment for me. Now, if you're used to doing DIY, you're gonna laugh at this, but I'm pretty proud of myself for doing my first jigsaw cut. I did manage to do it. I was a little bit hesitant and unsure of whether I was going to be able to do it. I know that sounds ridiculous, right? But I did it, and I'm super proud. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm going to sand that down a little bit and file it down, and I think I may just have a working toilet seat. I'm going to measure it to size now and see if it fits. And but hey, I cut a hole in a piece of plywood. Good day for me. So this is pretty much the idea. This actually fits perfectly. I'm just going to file it down a little bit for comfort. But yeah, and then attach the seat and attach the separate. And that should be the top of our toilet. Well, I managed to get the seat on and the separate attached as well. I had to make a couple of adjustments with regards to the screws and stuff so they didn't come through onto the plywood on this side. The ones that came with the separate did come through, they were a bit too long, so I just adjusted that out. But effectively, this is now attached at the bottom of the plywood, and this is where the wee goes, and that is where the solid waste will go down into buckets. There's actually a hose connector that I will still connect to this, but the toilet seat is attached, and it now kind of functions like a real toilet. Well, almost. I'm not done yet. But yeah, that'll make things a little bit more comfortable, especially being a girl. But yeah, so what's going to happen now is I need to build the side of the toilet. It would be great if it could just stay there, but it's a bit low, and I don't particularly want to run out the house every time I need to come loo, although that is an option for summer. We'll see how far I get with building the box, and if it doesn't work, then I guess this will be option B. Yeah, so I've got to build the sides out of the plywood now. We'll see how that goes. Connect the hose, put the two different buckets. There'll be one for the wee and one for the solid waste, and then the toilet should be in working order. Right, so I forgot that I don't have the right size plywood, which means that I can't quite build the box around it, so we're at version 2.0. It's improved from version 1. I've got the separate attached 2 boxes now. I cut the hose down to size as well, so it can separate the wee from the solid matter. At least I've got 2 buckets now. And then phase 3, 3.0, version 3.0, will be a completed box and some nice trimming on the edges and things like that. I could even paint it later on, so it will actually look like any other toilet. For washing, I use the bucket method, and good thing there's a lot of sun here, because I'm just going to hang it up here and see how it goes for the moment. I have discovered that there is a little laundromat in the village, so I could always take it there. Parking there is just a bit of a problem. I managed to trim everything inside this little courtyard section by the house. Grass wise, it's already looking a lot better. And I also trimmed the driveway section and started on the front section by the gate. Look at the vineyards, insane, right? They're really growing. You can start seeing the little grapes on the vines. The pears are looking good. Everything is pretty much looking ready for harvesting. I noticed that some of the figs have started dropping, and also a lot of the birds have been eating them. So I reckon these guys are close to harvest ready. Probably in the next couple of weeks. The peaches are looking really good. I had one the other day, and it wasn't 100% ripe yet, but it was very good. Otherwise, we're getting there, little by little. So the heat wave unfortunately got the better of us. The dogs were panting consistently. I felt so sorry for them. I was literally dying. It was like a sauna in the structure. So I found us a little Airbnb with aircon, and we checked in just for 2 nights to ride out the last of the 38, 40 degree days before we came back to our farm.